Hey and welcome to the Lean Girl YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, hey, welcome, nice to meet ya. If you are back for more, this is the only binge I actually promote. That's binge watching all the Lean Girl videos. So if you're doing that, then you go girl, you go. Okay, so today's video I'm really excited about doing for the reason that I get this question and problem. It's probably the most common problem and question I get asked about throughout Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. This question keeps on coming up. So when these questions come up, I love to do a little video breakdown for you guys so that I can answer all of your questions and help guide you on your journey to your leanest body ever. That's my mission, guys. My mission is to help all of you women build better bodies to live in, bodies that you love to live in, because we all have these incredible biological machines. We just need to know how to optimize them through our nutrition and our training. So, what is the question? You may have seen by the title. This video is for you. If you feel like you don't know what's going on, you are eating a really little bit of food, perhaps you are counting calories and you're eating a low amount of calories. You can't eat less. You are eating 1,200 calories and you are not seeing results. Or perhaps you're not counting calories, but you just feel like you're always hungry. You're not eating a lot of food, but you still are not making any progress. You are not seeing those numbers drop on the scale. You are not seeing any fat loss. You are not looking any better in the mirror and your clothes are not looser. Then this video is for you. So I'm gonna go through 5 steps that are going to help you figure out what you should be doing if this is you right now and you're watching this video because you are frustrated and you are despondent and you don't know what to do next. Don't worry, I've got your back and I am going to give you some practical tips on how we are going to master this. Before we even get into the video, I want to put your mind at ease. You do not have to starve yourself. You do not have to go hungry. You do not have to eat rabbit food to get lean. And that is what I am on a mission to preach. The time that I stopped dieting, the time that I stopped eating like rabbit food and salads and tried to starve myself was the moment I started getting results. And this is what I'm here to show you guys, and this is what I'm here to teach and preach. So I don't want you to just think to yourself, this is just my body, my metabolism is broken, I'm destined to just eat a little bit of food if I want to get lean, if I want to lose fat. That is not the case. There is a science to getting lean. Science is it's a science, it's math essentially. So there is a formula that anyone can plug into. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter where you're starting. It works every single time. So I just wanted to start with that little caveat before we get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I need to ask you and we need to decipher is, are you tracking your calories? So before I get into the actual 5 steps, the first thing, if you feel like you're only eating a really small amount of food and you're not seeing any results, the first thing that you need to start doing is you need to start tracking your calories. As I said earlier in the video, fat loss is essentially math, right? Your body is burning a certain amount of energy, just existing, just moving around, just breathing, and then of course your activities over and above that. You need to be balancing how many calories you're putting in with how many you're putting out. And when we're putting in less calories than we're putting out, it means that we will get the result of fat loss. The challenge is you could be eating a lot of even healthy food, right? But if it is calorie dense, and at the end of the day, when your head hits the pillow and you are eating too many calories, you will not lose fat. Even if those calories are made up of chicken, rice, and broccoli, you will not get the result that you're looking for if you are not monitoring your calories. Otherwise, you're just playing basically the fat loss lotto. You're hoping that by eating specific foods, you are gonna just automatically fall into a deficit. And we see this time and time again. That is not the case. You need to be monitoring and tracking your calories. So if you're not tracking your calories, you can still watch the end of this video, but the first thing you need to do is, there's some amazing apps out there. I use MyFitnessPal, and I've also got a calorie calculator I will link down in this video that will help you estimate how many calories you need based on your goals, based on your stats. So that's a free calculator you can check out down below. And of course, I've got lots of programs and that will help you as well, which are also linked down below if you're new to calorie tracking. Okay, so step number 1. The first place that I always go when people tell me, okay, Ange, I'm eating 1,200 calories, but I'm not losing fat. 95% of the time, it is a consistency and an accuracy tracking issue, right? What do? We track religiously from Monday to Thursday, and then the weekend gets a little bit blurry. So Monday to Thursday, maybe you were spot on the 1,200 calories, but then everything else, we're not tracking this, we're not tracking that, because 1,200 calories to start with is a really small amount. When we're eating a really small amount of calories, 9 times out of 10, it will lead to a binge down the way. But step number 1 is we need to get back to basics on the calorie tracking, guys. And that means every lick, every bite, every taste, every oil, every sauce, right? They all count, even if you're not counting them, right? They still add to that calorie total in the day. And 1,200 calories not tracked correctly can very easily be 1,800 calories. And let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with you. I have in my life done this so many times where I feel like I'm eating a small amount of calories, and when I actually look at realistically how many days of the week I'm actually doing that, and then how many days I'm actually tracking every single thing, weighing my food, measuring my food, eating simple foods that are easy to track, it's a bit of a reality check. So step number 1, if you feel like you're eating a small amount, right, and you're not seeing results, I want you to get a calendar out. And I want you to start tracking everything religiously, back to basics, every lick, bite, taste, you know the drill. And then I also want you to mark off on your calendar how many days of the week, tick it off. Okay, 100% track my calories today. And you may be surprised that we're not tracking as efficiently as we think and consistently, okay? Number 2, what I want you to do is you need to recheck your calorie level. If you are eating 1,200 calories, it's most of the time too little, okay? Unless you are a very small person and you are very short and tiny already and weigh very little, 1,200 calories for most grown women is way too little. First of all, we are going to be losing not only fat, but we are going to be losing that precious muscle that we're working so hard to build. And second of all, it's completely unsustainable. I would rather have you on 1,500 calories for 7 days of the week than have you on 1,200 calories and then we're having these weekend binges and benges. And overall, if we look at your overall total calories for the week, you're way over, right? You're sitting at maintenance again. So rather do something that's a more moderate calorie deficit, and you can use my calculator link down below again to work out how many calories you should be doing. And do not fall for the trap thinking that a lower calorie level is going to get you better results. 9 times out of 10, I see it with all the goals in my program. You drop your calories too quickly, too soon, and you can't sustain it, and you just rebound. And this is how we get into that yo-yo diet cycle. So if you are sitting on a low calorie level, I urge you to bring that calorie level back up. And it amazes me. Every time we do this, you get better results. I know it sounds crazy, but consistency is everything. And if we're able to get your consistency up, your results will also start showing up. Step number 3 is you need to plan that budget, girl. It's called a budget because I'm terrible at normal money budgeting. But anyway, it's called a budget because a budget needs to be accounted for. It needs to be planned for, right? You get, let's say, 1,500 calories per day. That can be used on a couple of sticks of Drovors, a few pieces of Mentos, this random Freezer-chino here. And at the end of the day, you feel like, hey, I haven't even eaten anything. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, she's eaten like already half her calorie budget on these few little random items. If you are not seeing results, you need to go back to the drawing board on your planning, and you need to get planning your meals. If you haven't got my Lean Girl Kitchen Coach, that is my ultimate recipe hub and meal planning tool. It is an amazing, amazing tool to use to help you plan out those meals. I want you to, I've got a template in there, but you can just print one off the internet, get a piece of paper, and I want you to write down, what am I having for breakfast? What am I having for lunch? What am I having for dinner? You need to get your groceries, and you need to stick to that plan. Do not leave your nutrition up to chance. Don't wait until you're hungry and now you're trying to decide, oh, what should I eat? You're just gonna go for the most convenient thing. And that is not necessarily the best option. And remember, we also wanna be including, now I'm adding more stuff, I don't wanna make it confusing. You need to be including like all the macros into your meals. You need protein, carbs, and fats. And when you're doing that, your meals are gonna be so much more satisfying. So step number 3 is you want to be planning out your meals. Step number 4, and this is something I touched on a little bit in point number 3, is I want you to include both lean protein and secondly, more low calorie, high volume foods into your diet. Here's an example. If you just had a slice of bread with a piece with some peanut butter on, right? We're looking at maybe around 200 calories. If you had a piece of chicken and a whole lot of veggies and salad, maybe we're looking at 250 calories, around the same amount. That is gonna keep you fuller for a hell of a lot longer. So we need to start getting more strategic about what we are spending our calorie bucks on. And the 2 must-haves for every single meal needs to be a lean protein. It is the most satiating macronutrient of all. Of course, it is gonna help us reach that important protein goal, which is gonna help us build that gorgeous, lean, sexy muscle that we are all after. And then, of course, when it comes to low calorie, high volume foods, that is your veggies, that is your fruits, that is your oats. And I'm not saying you just need to eat a whole pile of bland, low calorie food. Please hop onto my Instagram. I've got lots of recipes there as well as here on YouTube. And I'm gonna show you how you can start building those high protein meals that are also high volume and low calorie. So step number 4 is protein and low-cal, high-volume foods in every single meal. And then step number 5 is I want you to start planning for those screw it moments, right? I don't know why, but we always plan for Monday, right? We plan for Monday to start over on Monday, and we plan exactly what we're gonna do on Monday and what we're gonna eat on Monday. But Mondays are not really the problem, are they? It's Fridays that are the problem. Or it's your Saturday that's the problem. Or it's your Sunday that is the problem. So I want you to think about, if you are doing your calendar and you always find yourself, okay, geez, on a Friday, I'm always going way over, or I'm always feeling like, oh, I just want to say screw it to my diet and eat the pizza and the burger and the chocolate and the ice cream. Then you need to start planning for those times, right? So if I know, for example, my Friday night is always a screw up, right? I've had a long week. I've been, eating all these super healthy meals. And by the way, that's another bonus tip. If your food tastes good, you are gonna be much less likely to say screw it too, if all your meals taste delicious. But so you need to start thinking, okay, on a Friday, what can I do differently that is not gonna give me that screw it mentality? Or when I feel like saying screw it, what can I do instead? So for example, if you know you like to have a big Friday night meal with a gorgeous glass of wine and some chocolate, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you need to be able to plan it into your calories. So what does that mean? Maybe for breakfast, you're gonna have a smaller bowl of oats, you're not gonna add some peanut butter, and you're gonna have your protein shake. So here I'm saving 100 calories from breakfast. Then for lunch, instead of having 60 grams of avo, I'm gonna have 30. And we can just shave off a few places in the day. And guess what? On Friday nights, we are allowed a lot more calories, right? And then I want you to head on to my Instagram or my YouTube, and I want you to find a low calorie version of your favorite food. So if Friday you love to have pizza, let's do a lean girl pizza. I've got my wrap pizza recipe. I'll link it as well down below. And go and find healthier versions of food that still tastes amazing, that still gives you your fix. But I really want you to start thinking and planning out and write down, where are the moments where I am messing up or just having that screw it mentality. And I want you to plan for them. Forget Monday. We've mastered Monday. Okay, so step number 5 is I want you to think about those screw it moments, the moments that make everything go completely pear-shaped, and I want you to plan for that. We've got Monday covered, okay? So let's plan for those moments, and the less of those screw it moments you have, the more results are going to show up. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it's gonna help you if you are feeling like you are restricting too much, if you're eating too little and you don't know which way to turn. I hope that these couple of steps you are gonna implement into your routine. Sit down, do the work, plan it out, and I know that if you put this all to work, you are gonna start seeing those results, eating more delicious food than you were before and seeing better results, and that is what I want for you. And if you need some more help, by the way, I do have a lot of awesome programs. I have my signature fat loss program called the Lean Body Lab, which will teach you everything in detail about calorie counting, macro counting. And then I also have my awesome tool, which is the Lean Girl Kitchen Coach. This is the ultimate meal planning tool and recipe hub. So I have those two awesome resources for you. You can also check them down below. And of course, please hit this video with a like if you enjoyed it, and save this video, by the way, if you ever feel like, geez, I remember Ange did a video on, when you're eating too little, what is it that I should do, and come back and follow these steps. And I am quite certain that you will start seeing those results again. So that's it from me, my girls, sending you much love on that lean body journey, and thank you for allowing me to be part of it. Much love.